Good day to everyone. We are from Group 1 and my name is Yo Peng. So in this presentation, we will make a comparison of corporate culture, ethical safeguard and whistleblowing policy, anti-corruption policy, and board of director between the problematic company and clean company. The problematic company we choose to use is Serdar Dynamic. Serdar Dynamic is now considered as a low ethical governance company because the top management of Serdar Dynamic is involved in falsifying the company financial report for the fourth quarter and December 31, 2020. And the clean company that we choose to use to compare with the problematic company is Washington Corporation Berhad, K&M Group Berhad, and MHB Group. So moving on, we will talk about the corporate culture. At this part, we will going to talk about the vision, mission, and core value of the four company. So the first company is Sabra Dynamic Holding Berhad. The vision of the Sabra Dynamic Holding Berhad is to become a global leader in total technical engineering and commercial service. Next, the mission of Sabra Dynamic Holding Berhad is the number one, to remain the most highly respected value added in terms of safety, quality, and effectiveness. The second mission is to be the first choice for customers so that they do not need to look for other options. And the last is to contribute profit to their shareholders. And lastly, core value. Sabra Dynamic Holding Berhad will emphasize more on quality and the protection of health, safety, and environment. So the next company will be Washington Corporation Berhad. The company vision is to become a global oil and gas and industrial service conglomerate with a portfolio of business that meets world-class standards. And their mission will be to be our clients' preferred partner by providing high-quality service and dependable solutions while giving long-term development and value to its employees, shareholders, partners, and stakeholders. Washington Corporation Berhad has 7 core values. The first one will be deliver on their commitments to customers. Number 2, hold themselves and each other to the highest standards of professionalism, accountability, integrity, and transparency. Number 3 will be a caring and responsible organization. Number 4, collaborate to create an open, friendly, and safe workplace. Number 5, performance, merit, and equal opportunity are the cornerstones of their incentive philosophy. Number 6, they are intolerant of waste. And lastly, only long-term profit and growth will enable all of the above. Next, the third company will be K&M Group Berhad. Their vision is to be a leading process equipment manufacturer and provider of modular process systems for the oil, gas, petrochemicals, minerals, power, environmental, and renewable energy industry. And their mission will be to be a one-stop shop for process equipment and system by cutting-edge technology. K&M Group Berhad have 3 core values, which is customer satisfaction is achieved by constant improvement in quality, safety, the environment, and timely delivery. Number 2, increase the value of stakeholders through corporate social responsibility and increase the value of organizational infrastructure and human capital development. Our fourth company will be MHB Group. The vision of MHB Group is to consistently produce superior marine and heavy engineering related solutions and services. And they have 5 missions. The first mission is to surpass customers' expectations. Number 2, develop individual and team excellence among employees. Number 3, make a positive difference in people's lives. Number 4, care for the environment and operate responsibly. And number 5, deliver sustainable value for stakeholders. The core value of the company is number 1, integrity. Number 2, proper care and judgment. Number 3, avoiding conflict of interest. Number 4, refraining from furthering personal interest. And number 5, openness and accountability in business and operations.
My name is Vincent Tan Yang Yi and my mission number is 278827. I would like to talk about ethical safeguard and virtue. An ethical safeguard gives direction or a plan of steps to solve the ethical threat, mindset, inclination, or personality characteristic that allow us to be and behave in a manner that maximize this capacity are referred to as virtue. So the first we will talk about is Sebag Dynamic Holding Berhad. Business conduct standard of Sebag Dynamic are essential to the business, mainly when dealing with third parties. The code of conduct includes the corporate responsibility, rules, fundamental values, and concept. The work harassment policy will address any problem involving harassment. Therefore, they also hire employees at least 18 years old, and it will join on a mutually beneficial employment contract to prevent any issue regarding safeguarding. And the second one is Washington Corporation Berhad. Their clarity, honesty, responsibility, and social responsibility are the values that this code of conduct is based on. These guidelines will give some improvement to the company's administration and conduct to accomplish the following goals. There are three related codes of conduct, which are corporate governance, social environment and responsibility, and relationship with shareholders and stakeholders. They also safeguard with social responsibility, which assure their productivity and products would not harm the environment and fully utilize their effective natural resources. And the third one will be the K&M Group Berhad. So K&M will have ethical safeguard, which employees of the group should not receive any gift under any circumstance from any third parties. This ethical safeguard may maintain the company's good reputation and protects employees from having corruption issue with the court. So there are some programs to virtue our company employees to avoid inappropriate solicitation, bribery, and other corrupt acts and concerns that may develop during business conduct. And the last one will be MHP Group. The concept of discipline, good behavior, professionalism, loyalty, honesty, and cohesion essential to the achievement and well-being of the MHP Group are emphasized and advanced in this code of conduct and business ethics for external parties. They also will safeguard their company duty by avoiding conflict interest no matter in board of directors and employees. MHP is engaged in ensuring a safe and secure environment for all workers and third-party contractors operating at its site and reducing the environmental effects of its activity. Thank you.
Good day, doctor and my fellow friends. My name is Fuyong Lee and my mention number is 277126. Today I will present the whistleblowing policy. First of all, what is that? Whistleblowing is an act when a party discovers unethical misconduct and chooses to bring it to the attention of others. Now let us have a look on the whistleblowing policy of the problematic company, Sebag Dynamic Holdings Berhad. This company unexpectedly has approved a whistleblowing policy to encourage the internal and external stakeholders to disclose any illegal conduct or malpractice which will impact the company adversely. The whistleblower will be protected from any adverse and detrimental actions of disclosing any unethical conduct. Besides, the identity of the whistleblowers also will be treated confidentially. Now let us investigate the whistleblowing policy of Washington Corporation Berhad. Washington Corporation Berhad's whistleblowing policy has been implemented applying to all internal and external parties that have business relationship with the company. This policy is aligned with the ISO 37001-2016 Clause 8.1 raising concern. This policy protects the whistleblower from any kind of retaliation and is treated with confidentiality. The board of this company will review the whistleblowing policy periodically at least once every 3 years to ensure that the policy is relevant and effective enough for the corporate governance purposes. In addition, let us look into the whistleblowing policy of K&M Group Berhad. The board of this company establishes, reviews, and implements policies and procedures on whistleblowing policy. This company encourages any internal or external parties to make reports about any instances of unethical conduct, actual or suspected fraud and abuse related to the usage of company's resources. The whistleblowers are acting only as a reporting party and are not required to act as investigator to help or discover the evidences so that they can remain anonymous throughout the investigative process. Under this policy, all costs related to any legal liabilities that may be brought against the whistleblower will be borne by the company too. Last but not least, let us identify the whistleblowing policy of MHP Group. This policy provides clarity of responsibilities and oversight of the whistleblowing process, the reporting process, the protection and confidentiality afforded to the whistleblowers. Any parties can blow the whistle through emails, online submission through the company's official website, or in person to the managers of the company's human resource department. The company also develops a whistleblowing committees, WBC, acting as an independent body to supervise and oversee the anti-bribery and corruption function of the compliance unit. In short, although Serba Dynamic applies a whistleblowing policy, its policy is still superficial and is not as clear as the policy of the other three companies, according to the latest annual report of each company.
Thank you, Yomi, for the great presentations. So, good day to the doctor. My name is Eugene G, 277909. I will now continue the slides of anti-bribery and anti-corruption policies. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, we have done the anti-bribery and anti-corruption fulfillment analysis on the six problematic company, which is the Sabah Dynamics, and the other three clean company, which is the Washington Corporation Berhad, K&M Group Berhad, and MHB Groups. So what we found out that about the common policy that is adhered by those four companies, which is the zero tolerance approach, sanctions on non-compliances, continued improvements on policies, training and awareness, record keeping, no gift policies, no gift policies, no political contributions, due diligence review, strict recruitment policies, and transparencies on policies. So we have analyzed all these adherence to the said policies. We have found out that Serba Dynamic did not fulfill the continuing improvements on policies, due diligence reviews, strict recruitment policies, and transparencies on policies. If you look at the continuing improvements on the sixth policy, which is the anti-corruption policies, we have found that Serba Dynamic did not have any significant continuing improvements on the said policy, which indicates that they have poor transparencies, which if we state in the next criteria, which is in no transparencies on the said policies. So moving on, we have the no due diligence review. So what is due diligence? Due diligence is an investigations, audit or review performed to confirm the facts or details of matter under considerations of the company interest. So if I give you the example of this due diligence, if the company did not perform due diligence on the potential customers or the suppliers, they will in fact cause fraud. The fraud will happen because there are no audits. So next up, we have the no strict recruitment process for the Serba Dynamic sites. So without a strict recruitment processes in places, the recruitment officer might exploit his or her power to recruit his or her known persons that which will cause a conflict of interest. So with the fourth considerations that the Serba Dynamic did not fulfill, which is the continuing improvement, no due diligence review, no strict recruitment processes, and no transparencies of the anti-bribery and anti-corruption policies, we can say that Serba Dynamic did not have clear or have poor corporate governance on this side of aspects. So I will now bring up Jonathan Chan to explain to you further on the board of directions aspects on the corporate governance. So please, Jonathan.
Good day, doctor. My name is Jordan Chainjun and my matrix number is 279721. So now I'm going to talk about the board of directors. A board of directors is elected by shareholders as representative to govern the company, such as set the vision, mission, objectives, and oversee the management. Therefore, the board of directors is the one who make important decisions on the amount of dividend to be given, the employment of managers, and the wages. Since they are so important, they mostly have their meeting consistently. There are 7 members in the board of directors for Serba Dynamic Berhad. The board supports the gender boardroom diversity and review the ratio of female and male in the board of directors, even though they currently don't have any female member. Other than gender boardroom diversity, they also support diversity in age and ethnicity. There is no CEO duality in this company. For Wasyong Corporation Berhad, there are 7 members in the board of directors. Wasyong Corporation Berhad supports the concept of diversity on board, which includes independence, merits, knowledge, appropriate experience and time commitment, skills and experience, age, ethnicity, and gender, although all the members are male. They have one non-independent, non-executive chairman, one CEO, one deputy managing director, one non-independent, non-executive director, and three independent, non-executive directors. There is also no CEO duality in this company. For K&M Group Berhad, it has 12 members in the board of directors. The appointment of board is accessed by nomination committee, and it is based on objective criteria, merit, and which due regard for diversity in skills, experience, age, cultural background, and gender. But this company is a little bit different. They have two female directors on board. For them, they have one executive chairman, one CEO, one group general counsel, four independent non-executive directors, and five non-independent non-executive directors. There is also no CEO duality in this company. For MHB Group, it has 9 members in the board of directors. Dato Nasaruddin Muhammad Idris is the chairman and Pandai Othman is the CEO. They also support in diversity, especially for gender and age. They currently have 8 male directors and 1 female directors, but there are 5 directors elder than 60 years old and 4 directors between 50 to 59 years old. They believe that the diversity in the board of directors composition is important for a productive board and good governance. So they have one chairman, they have one CEO, they have 4 independent non-executive directors and 3 non-independent non-executive directors. There is also no CEO duality in this company. That's all. I will pass to James for the conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. So I will now start the conclusions. So in conclusions, our analysis results suggest that the Serba Dynamic has lower disclosure quality than the other three clean company in the aspects of anti-corruption policy and the gender diversity of the board of the directors. Consequently, this indicates that the problematic company might commit fraud actions as they carries lower disclosure quality. Albeit the Serba Dynamic has similar corporate value, whistleblowing policies, and ethical safeguards. Therefore, our group wish to recommend to the policymakers that there should be a strict enforcement of Malaysian Code of Corporate Governance on all public companies on Bursa Malaysia to ensure that all public companies are adhere to the codes. Furthermore, the policymakers should set up a task force that frequently monitor the disclosure quality of all public companies to ensure that the public will not invest the money in the said problematic company, therefore preventing them losing their money. So that's all from our group for today. Thank you, Doctor.